While working on the Fallout guitar, I also had to make a Nuka Cola bottle and put together an outfit that would make me look like a salaryman. So here's a bonus episode on how I made the video for the Nuka Cola Super Secret Stash. I ended up having to make my own Nuka Cola bottle because everything I saw online wasn't convincing enough. It either looked like a toy or was way too expensive. And why overspend when you can make it for $2.79? And it's even easier to make if you have an alcoholic dad to supply you with unlimited post-war money. Just don't say he never gave you anything. Hopefully with a little paint, no one could tell these are booze bucks. After a few shades of the blood of my enemies, we let it dry for a bit before working on the next step of making fake money, applying the logo. And when I was applying the last one, I realized that I had made these a little too small. I should have reprinted them, but I still felt like the clear coat could salvage them, so I went ahead and sprayed them. But while they were drying, I did something bad. I bought some caps online. It was less than $5 for the stash, so how could I resist? Especially when they look this nice. I don't even want to compare them to mine, but here we are. It's like when you meet the guy she told you not to worry about. Oh, and here comes her high school sweetheart, as well as her monthly booty call. Man, I knew I shouldn't have let her go to that party by herself. Now, to protect this bottle from ending up in a landfill, we gotta first remove the ridges for the plastic bottle cap and make room for the metal one. And it'll also make it look like a glass bottle, like in Fallout 3, which is more of the style that I'm going for. Not by necessity or anything. Marking it was pointless. I ended up removing all of it because my original plan was to use some of the ridge to hold down the bottle cap, but it ended up not working as well as I hoped. Nothing a little hot glue can't fix. Just a little bit on the edge should be enough to hold down the bottle cap. This should create a mold of the inside of the bottle cap. We should make it easier to remove after we let it cool down for a bit. So we'll work on the logo instead, and thankfully it looks like I measured everything correctly and gave myself a little room to spare. And now we gotta cut 2 straight lines while nervously shaking the whole time. But we can't let the shaking keep us from making. Oh, it's time for your new dress. Okay, don't get too excited. Now I know I'm not a professional stylist, but I do know it's easier to put on a dress while laying on your back, which ended up being a little too small for her, but she still looked great in it. And with a little bit of a haircut, now she's ready to be filled. With paint, we just need to make a paper funnel real quick so we can avoid staining the rim of the bottle when we pour the paint in. Even though it's acrylic, it's going to be impossible to remove from the inside of the bottle, so you got to be really careful, especially when we're removing the paper funnel. And since I didn't have a long enough brush, I just taped 2 together, and now we have one that's long enough to reach the bottom, and it works like magic. Now I maybe should have added a little brown to my black paint, but once I started to spread it around, it started to look more and more convincing. R.I.P. to the brush I had to sacrifice to get to some of those spots. Now that we have the most important prop out of the way, I had to work on the look, which I was going for door-to-door knife salesman, so I had to get rid of the majority of my beard, or at least half of it. So in the middle of trimming it, I realized I had to remove even more beard before saying goodbye to my hair as well. Good thing I have this TikTok brush to make this easier on me. And honestly, it's alright. Like, I don't know when you would ever want to brush your hair when it's dry, cause then you end up just with a cloud like mine. I'm just doing it this way because I don't want to get any of my stuff wet. So in this moment it worked great. And just like that, I have half the cloud I used to have. We just gotta get a few of the stragglers before jumping in the shower. And look at that. All of a sudden we're looking way more profesh. Thankfully I already bought the suit ahead of time, so now it's time to get ready for the shoot. Which really all I have to do is get my hair to cooperate. Which is easier said than done. Now that we have the look ready, we can get the set ready. Which is basically just setting up the green screen. Although getting it super straight can be tough. Now that we're ready to shoot, let's go get our suit. See how it looks with our new hair. Oh yeah, perfect. Forgot to crop in my hair. Would you buy stuff from a guy without a head? There, that's better. Now to strike some corporate approved poses before giving an amazing performance for the commercial.
Good evening. Have you ever wondered how you would provide for your family? Now I know this might just look like a regular collectible to you, but while everyone is frivolously throwing their money away, you could be storing away valuable cash. So don't let your loved ones suffer after the inevitable doom comes. Invest in your future today, and let come what may. Dude, Alright. Is that the last shot? Sweet, it's hot as